3 minutes. Okay, good morning, everybody. Good morning from Memory Bound in Ankeny, Iowa. We are here today with a little countryside. And we have a lot of beautiful countryside here in Iowa, which doesn't really include just farm fields. There's actually a sunflower field that's just really close to Memory Bound. And today, this is kind of perfect. A friend just told me about it. And today Peggy's here, and there she is.
Hello.
And Peggy's here today, and she made up one of the brand new accordion albums from Uniquely Creative. Now, I'm going to warn you, we had an event this weekend, and we did have a lot of those go out the door, so our inventory is kind of low, but we have more on the way. And the Vintage Artistry Countryside is a collection that was released by 49 and Market maybe last year. But I was excited because we were able to reorder it and get it back here at Memory Bound. So you're going to see a beautiful album. You got Peggy here to tell us all about it with the product from Countryside, designed by Katie Petit for 49 and Market. And I think you're going to love it, everybody. So welcome to this Tuesday morning here in Memory Bound. Well, we are in Memory Bound in Iowa. Teresa's laughing at me. So I want to go up and show you something up front that's going on right now.
Yeah.
So we have flipped, or we're flipping. We're not flipped yet, but we might flip out if we don't get this. We have been talking about moving the front of the store, and here's what happens when you probably saw, if you're an avid Memory Bound fan and viewer, you probably saw that this was all Disney yesterday. I would say 24 hours ago, this whole front welcome area as you walk into Memory Bound was Disney, and now it is blank. It's a blank slate, and you're going to see some fall and some other fun things up here. We hope, Teresa and I hope we get it all done today, and we will, because we've got Peggy here and Penny, and I don't know who else. Becky's here, and we probably have some more coming. But one of the reasons that, one of the inspirations for that and for this countryside, and Peggy doesn't know where I'm going because I'm going rogue, everybody.
And I'm just following.
She's following. So Maggie's chickens are back, and we may have shown you these, but her chickens are back, and the Iowa State Fair starts this week, and she now has 2 sizes of chickens. So she's got the big chicken and the medium chicken. And this is going to be really fun. She's got patterns here that she drew herself for us. So if you wanted to make up some chickens, maybe you're kind of feeling a little, this is kind of countryside, wouldn't you say, Peggy?
I think these two would go perfectly with Countryside.
So we got lots of chickens here. Thank you, Maggie. She's always keeping us going with something new and exciting. And we even have that little golden book, Old MacDonald Had a Farm. Look out, because there's going to be an album kit coming from Katie. Maybe she's home working on it right now. I don't even know. But anyway, the chickens are here. They're back. It's funny because we say we're resurrecting the chickens. And Deborah said she made some last weekend at the crop. So great. We love that.
And these little sticker sheet
what is this?
From Reminisce. This was really popular with a lot of our shoppers last week. Last weekend. It has lots of funny little things like for card fronts or, to put on your layouts and things like that.
Keep the gate closed no matter what the chickens say.
Relax, we're all a little crazy. It's not a competition.
Oh gosh, don't ruffle my feathers. That is really neat.
This was real popular.
That's called Chicken Life.
By Reminisce, yep.
And we have a collection pack also with Chicken Life
really
by Reminisce.
So,
a lot of people have chickens now, Peggy.
Yes.
But if you want to just get it all, here's the Chicken Life.
And that sticker sheet comes with it.
I don't know how this video went to the chickens today, but it did. So anyway,
it's all about the country.
It is.
Yep.
Well, we have a couple things to show you, and then we are going to hit the countryside with Peggy. So let's go over and show a couple things that are new.
Okay.
We are still madly getting freight in, and that empty table you saw is going to be filled with Simple Stories, new fall collection. And then we have got something in that's brand new from Photoplay, and it's very different, and I wanted to kind of show you how it works. because they've been working on epoxy shapes. And Peggy, I'm going to give you the camera because I got to work with these when I was in Vegas for the trade show, and you'll see that little button there, and it looks like a embellishment of some sort, a little maybe little epoxy piece, but actually what it is, they have these new epoxy shapes, and they come in two different shapes. You have the circles and buttons, and then you have the squares and arrows. And I'm talking to Jody from Photoplay, and he said that they've been working on these for a while, and they studied epoxy shapes because they don't want them to turn yellow on you. I'm going to turn over the back, and you can kind of see that you just basically, if you have a punch, I believe the circles here are 1/2 inch, 3/4, an inch, and 1 1/4. But they also have provided different little shapes to use them on. So going forward, you'll see on their sticker sheets, like on this one, here's these little buttons
down at the bottom,
down there, and that's what I used. So I took the little button shape. Now these are in a different package because these were kind of a prototype, but let me show you how cool it is. It works so well. Actually, I might not do a button, Peggy. I might do. So this is part of the collection called Cocoa Paradise. But you'll see lots of circles on their things, on their sticker sheet, 12 by 12. We're going to show you some new ones. So let me just take a epoxy circle here, and like this is a sticker here, and you could just stick it right over it. Well, I could stick it to something.
Oh, how slick was that?
I know, isn't that cool? And then I'm going to stick it to the front of my little book here. And look at how easy that made that fun epoxy.
That was like 10 seconds. And you have
it
a
is.
wonderful, wonderful little
So that's the
embellishment
difference
on a
between,
page.
I know. And
wow.
So their collections, as you're going to see, and we're going to show you a couple samples, have the shapes on them for you to use. Now let's do a button just because they're a little different. Oh my gosh, Peggy, this is just like at home. So the button, and you could stick your sticker down first, so let's do it that way with the button. I got to get those little holes out. I didn't bring a pokey tool, but all right, I'm going to put this back here on the back.
Alrighty.
So at this time I put my little button sticker, and you could use it just like that if you want.
Yep.
Or you could get your epoxy shape.
So that is just the sticker on there like that.
And then we can just put this right over the top of it. Oops, let me line it up here. And then you have and you could put thread through there if you wanted to, or twine. Which is what we did here.
Oh my gosh. So you can do it in two different ways. You can either put the sticker down in place on your project and put the epoxy sheet or the epoxy piece on top of it, or you can put the epoxy piece
or if you're like
on
me,
the sticker sheet.
If you're like me, you just put like this. You can just do this too. You know, whatever's easiest.
And pull it off, and then put it all on together.
And this one says make today count. I really like that.
Wow.
So those are pretty cool.
I really like those too.
Those are the epoxy shapes, and they come two different ways. We showed you. Let me put this aside. So like the circles and buttons, you can get them just the epoxies, or you can get one with a die. It's $5.99, so they're really a pretty good price for an embellishment.
$5.99 for just the epoxies,
and $12.99 if you want to get the one with the dies.
Oh wow!
And
That's
like I said, you can use your circle punches. It does have
three different dies.
It does have the button die, which is nice.
Yeah, because it punches the holes in it too.
So then the other shape that they have is the same way. This is the squares and arrows, and you can get it with the die or without the die.
So 6 dies with that one.
So $12.99 and $5.99.
Wow.
So again, it's a pretty good deal. So now I just want to show you a couple things. We're not showing these collections yet because we're just getting them out on the floor today.
And Dee, I have to agree with you. Those are awesome. I
think they're cool.
Just really neat.
I will tell you that Jody and Joey and they have a Jolene, and I think they have another J name there.
Oh my gosh.
But Jody and Joey at Photoplay are super excited about these. They've been working on them for a long time. And you're going to notice this is a new collection called Creepin' It Real. And we'll be showing this week. You can go out and see it right now. It is available. But Peggy can kind of show you how you'll see the circles.
The circles on there.
On the sticker sheet.
Yep.
And then they also now have these extra little papers for $1.59 that have all the circles. So you could do quite a few.
In the different shapes that go with the epoxies.
Right. And you could add, I've lost my circles.
Oh, wow. How cute
So then
is
you
that?
could add your epoxies with that. And these are only $1.59 for 2 sheets.
Wow.
And you can kind of see the two sheets there.
And the two sheets are different as well.
Yes, they are. So you get a lot.
So two different sheets.
And you can use them like this or put the epoxy over them. Or, yeah, I guess it's called epoxy. Okay, then another, oh gosh, you guys, this one is super
wait till
cute.
you see this one.
This is called Lil
Oh
Boo.
my gosh.
And it's
Is
the
this
same way.
adorable?
It's got the extra little sheets.
Look at those ghosts up there.
Epoxy dyes paper, they call it.
Oh my.
And you know what? I need to make sure, Peggy, I want to make sure that you might have to cut these out.
Oh, okay.
Which you could probably do that with your scissors. Because
Yeah.
it's called the dyes paper. I want to, let's see if they're die cut. I don't want to lead anybody astray. Okay, they are not die cut. So you would have to
so you
either
have to cut them
fussy cut
yourself.
them or
Okay.
cut them yourself.
Okay.
All right, and then the Christmas line that just came in, it's called Holly and Ivy, and you'll see the same thing. So this is what to watch for in the photo play.
Yeah. Oh, look at the big Santa.
And it's just, I don't know, it's just really cute.
So cute.
It's a great idea. It's a nice way to add a little,
Oh, just a little something to your page
yeah, a
or
little
your
something,
project.
something.
Yep.
We love that.
Yep.
But it's not super bulky.
Right. Right.
Okay, then the other thing I want to show is yesterday, Teresa and I showed the new Graphic 45. This is Merry and Bright.
And how pretty is that?
And I did have a project that I had made when we were at the trade show. So I just brought it back. I showed this a few weeks ago when I got back, but I just thought you might want to see the
I just think that's so
product
cool.
made up. It's just kind of fun, and it looks so nice together. So that was with that.
Okay, someone wants to know if we have the epoxy arrows in stock and what would it be under online.
That we're going to have somebody scan. Yes, we have it all in stock. It's all in stock, and we're going to ring the bell and have somebody look it up for us.
Okay.
This is the Autumn Greetings card that I made. And with this card, this is all rub-ons on the front.
Yes.
So it's not a cut apart, it's all
Yes,
rub-ons.
the rub-ons that came with these two
They work
collections
really
are so
nice.
pretty.
Okay, we'll ding the bell and we'll find out where these are because yes, they are all in stock. And I just don't know where they're at. And we'll find it, but we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
We got people. We need to know where these are online.
Okay.
Under what category?
Under what category?
All right.
All right, and then check out this punch. We're going from that to tags.
Yes.
This is $23.99. This is new. It's a new brand. We haven't even carried it, but it does make a 1.5, a 2, or a 2.5 inch punch. And you just basically cut your paper and then you slide it in there and you punch it to make your tags. It's kind of fun.
You know, and we have been kind of on a tag roll here lately.
We've been on, we're tagging it.
But they're great little projects. They're fun little projects. If there's like a little something that you want to try, like you know, using the spritzes or you know, something like that. If there's something new that you want to try,
You did all
tags
kinds.
are great.
That's right. We did tags together last Thursday, wasn't it, Peggy?
Tags are great, you know, to try out new things.
Okay, and here's 3 sizes of tags from Studio Light. And you'll see we have a whole tag category.
Do those fit on a Rolodex?
I don't know. They've got the
they-
little holes at the bottom. We haven't. We will figure that out and let you know what that means. We don't know.
Miscellaneous embellishments or photo play something.
Okay, great.
Photo play.
All right, so these are going to be under embellishments and miscellaneous embellishments. And they're called circles and buttons and squares, arrows, and something that we put our price sticker right over the name of it. So I don't know what the other. Yeah, it's over on all of them. Okay. All right.
Maker series.
Okay. Under general. Okay, so it's also under Photo Play Maker Series because this is part of their makers.
So embellishments, miscellaneous, or photo play maker series.
Yes. Or have Janet tag it for us. And I use the word
Janet,
tag.
yeah.
All right, and then look at this tag block. Welcome back, tag block.
Yes.
We had this last year, and we were able to order it again, and it's like a tablet of tags. Now, I'm going to tell you that if you get this, they're not all sticking in super well, so your tag block might have some tags that have disengaged from their friends, but it's kind of nice because it's a classic, and they are about 2 3/4 by almost 6 inches. So very nice, all 3 colors. I think that, we have one more tag thing, Peggy. Look at this
Ooh, I like
die.
it. Wow.
So this die actually makes, I'll flip it over so you can see it. It makes like a tag booklet.
Ooh.
And there, it's got
how fun.
it's got the little,
Yeah, the spine.
spine.
Yeah.
Thank you. And there's 3 sizes of tags, and you get the little holes for the top, and it's $17.99.
And Janet did link the epoxy.
Thank you, Janet.
Yep.
And this is $17.99, and it'll be in the tag category. I love that we have a tag category. That was my
Someone
idea.
wants to know the chicken patterns.
Yeah.
Do they come as download, or can you?
They're not downloadable
Okay.
because they're an odd size, and they're actually are not. They are hand drawn by Maggie. So sorry, guys, they're not downloadable, but we can sure send them to you.
Okay.
Nothing to do with tags, but we got in some new binding rings. Whenever I see binding rings
like
that
that,
aren't
black.
silver, I like to grab them for memory bound, just because they're kind of fun to have different colors. And these are 1-inch black, and they're $5.99. Again, looks like we got an order from Studio Light, because this is Studio Light also.
And you know, those work great for tag books.
They do. That's right.
They work great.
There's a transition I missed.
There we go.
Okay, and then back in stock, Hello You Sentiments from 49 and Market and
pretty.
Sizzix. So this stamp set has been gone for months and months and years, it seems like, but it's back in stock.
I love the
So
words.
Sizzix must be catching up a little bit.
I love the openness of the words on these and the little spots.
This, I think, sold out first with this was the first release ever of 49 and Market and Sizzix. So congratulations to both companies for the collaboration. And then, you know, we've got all those fans, Peggy, that love All in Create. So these are not dies, these are stamps. So this is an alphabet stamp that's got, does it show you everything? Yeah, it's got all the numbers, the ABCs.
The punctuation.
It's $23.99, and
Yeah.
I'll flip it around and see what the name is.
How tall are those, do you think?
They're a good inch.
Okay.
They are a good inch. This one is called Vocabulary Blend.
This one looks like like the inside part of the dies that we got.
It does. It does. It's got that kind of jaggedy, like the
Yeah.
heart and the numbers.
It kind of reminds me of the Flintstones. Is that bad to say?
No, that does. You're right. Flintstones is a great idea. This one is Spelling Spectacle. I don't know who names these.
They have the best names.
They do. But you have to really look at them. So these
Yeah.
are $23.99, a really nice size alphabet. This is actual size. Let me flip. It's pretty close to actual size.
So there's actual size.
So it's pretty close. Okay. Well, we have a lot more new things other than that, but it would take us all day and tomorrow.
We did have a request to see some back to school.
Oh, okay.
So-
Well, let's head over to
that
school. We'll check that out, and then we'll come back and hit the countryside. How does that sound? So school, and there is a new collection coming in from from Echo Park. We have a brand new school collection coming back in from Echo Park that should be arriving soon. And but we have a lot of school things. Something that's really popular are the collections from Scrapbook Customs, because they have every grade. This is 12th grade that we're showing you. And this collection is called just the year. And you'll find these under our school theme. And then they have the ruler. So they have 2 different styles, and they have every grade, preschool to 12th grade.
And you could use either one of these side by side, with one another.
Oh, absolutely. In the backs, let me just show this, because this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
With the ruler ones, it just carries right on across the bottom. You have your border. So
And
that's
here's
really
some
nice.
samples we have with
Yeah.
that paper
Okay.
that
This
Katie
is
has done.
Katie's son Jack, who is heading off on a track scholarship, heading off to run track. So that's been a few years ago, hasn't
Just
it?
a couple, yeah.
Then we also have a nice collection called Off to School. And here's a sample of this. And if you go online and go to shopping, and then go to themes and go to school, and you'll find all of our embellishments and things like that.
I like that they have that composition book as one of the cut apart.
I love
think
that.
That's
I
really
love
a
it.
cool thing.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
So, and Peggy, I don't know if you want to just take a
Just
walk,
scan over.
or we can come back here also.
This is a lot of our school, so we have a lot of die cuts and stickers to go with that.
And we have all the grades. We have a die
Yes.
cut for preschool through senior year, so we do have that.
A lot of the different topics, stickers. Academia from 49 and Market is over here right now. We have a couple other collection packs, a College Life, Campus Life, and Brainiac by Photoplay. And then we do have a lot of the chipboard and stamps. And then we have die cuts for each of the grades.
Looks like we need to reorder some of those. They're probably on the way.
Yep.
So we have everything from preschool or kindergarten all the way through college. And this is another collection from Reminisce where we've got them for each grade. And then they're two-sided.
I like that. And Janine did a project using that a while back, those papers.
Peggy, good memory. I'm impressed.
And that was really good. So if you're interested in seeing how those can work on a project, just look up Janine on the blog.
It's funny because we have, where does this go? We have teachers that are like, no, don't talk about back to school. But it's coming. Some of them are going back to work next week.
Yeah.
So,
I know it.
all right, well, let's head around here. Let's go back and we'll check out our countryside.
Okay.
Going to be very excited to see Peggy's album, and you guys are just going to love it.
A lot of graduation
We do
things
have our
too.
graduation. Now, that's Teresa's son here. We should show Jake since we showed Jack. A lot of our kids are on our layouts around the store.
Ruby, we do have a couple of Tooth Fairy die cuts that are available. If you're
Do you
looking
want me
for
to
Tooth
grab those?
Fairy.
I know right where they're at.
Kelly's going to go grab them real quick. Kelly, they're over here. Found Tooth Fairy. Look at all the pretty colors of the
They're in a
spritzes.
weird
Aren't
place. They
they
got
nice?
moved. But we do have Tooth Fairy, and we have the little Tooth Fairy herself.
Fairy.
Fairy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Which could be any fairy, really. It doesn't have to be a tooth fairy.
Yeah.
So that's
So we
what we
do have
have.
that
And
for
we have
Tooth
some
Fairy.
dental paper and things like that.
Yep.
Okay, well, gosh, are we ready for the main attraction? Oh, gosh,
I don't know.
it's hard to, we just want to go everywhere, don't we?
I know. I walk past this every day, and I just fall more in love with it every time. It's so pretty.
Well, Christmas is here, everybody.
It is here at Memory Bound.
All right. Okay. Well, it's hard because all of our Christmas seems to be coming at once. And we're going to be showing you that. We'll probably have a store tour later this week. And look at back here, guys. This isn't even Diane's receiving room. This is all stuff waiting to go out on the floor. So what a great problem, wouldn't you say?
I know. I come in here, and every day I come in here, I'm just like more in awe of all the beautiful product that we get. I think I was talking to a customer this weekend, and about just how impressed I am with just how beautiful a product is that we're getting anymore. And I mean, I think designers have really stepped up their game lately. Not lately, but I mean, just over the last couple years, that it's just. I can't resist anything anymore. I used to be able to resist a few things. I can't resist anything anymore. It's just, I just want to take it all home.
And I was excited that there was Countryside still available because this came out at a weird time. I can't explain it. Maybe somebody remembers, but it came out at a weird time, and it really didn't get the full attention that it deserved. And when I saw that it was available, it's like, yes, we got to bring it back.
Well, the green and the yellow and the red, in the collection.
And your top looks really good with it.
I thought this one out this morning when I was getting ready.
Peggy planned.
Okay, we have to coordinate. We have to coordinate. So,
yeah, that's funny.
So, yep. So anyway, we're talking about Countryside, and we're talking about a little accordion album. We got these albums in last week from Uniquely Creative. Unfortunately, I think this might be the last one we have.
We have
right
more
now.
coming.
We do
so
have more
if
coming. They've been ordered. So.
And normally we do not like to have videos if we don't have the product. But this was a case. We had that event last weekend, and I think people
really
were
sold it out.
wanting projects to do, and that album. And it's a good price because how much is it?
It's $7.99.
It's $7.99. So the album is $7.99.
And wait till you see how big it really is.
It got really thick, I would say.
because when I first took it home, I thought, oh, there's just a couple. There's not very many pages in there. And then I opened it up, and oh my gosh, it just went on forever. And I was so happy because it was just beautiful. So we're going to start here. What I used in today's project is the 6x8 collection from 49 and Market. This was the base for all of my pages. And then I used the rub-ons.
Okay.
The laser.
I have a bad glare here, but it's okay. So the 6x8 collection pack.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all listed on our calendar also. The rub-ons, which has 3 sheets. Peggy, what did you use? Some ephemera bits.
Yep.
And then there's the chipboard.
And then I used the evergreen frames.
So that we got the laser cuts, which I missed. And then she used this is surprising. This is evergreen season. And she used these frames, which show you they're perfect for fall. They could go with a lot of things.
That wood grain I thought would be just great for, living in the country. So I thought that was wonderful. I did not use the large 12x12 rub-ons. That was the one thing I didn't use from the or the washi tape.
Or the words.
Those were the things. But I brought those over here anyway because they could certainly be easily incorporated into the project if you would want to. So I brought over the 12x12 papers because, look how gorgeous they are. The yellows and the reds and the greens and the
I love
accents
this
of
when it
blacks are
first
just
came
wonderful.
out. Okay,
So that's how we started.
and Janet is linking the whole category.
Okay.
So we've got a whole category set up. And it's not, I'm going to just tell everybody, if you're looking for it, it's not alphabetical, and I'm sorry about that. We need to get things re-alphabetized. Okay, well, let's see what you made, Peggy.
So these albums, when you get them, they come with this leather cording
And we
that
don't,
holds
sorry,
it all together.
I apologize for interrupting, but we're not out of these albums right now. We do have a couple, and we'll have more coming in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, Peggy, go ahead.
Yep.
I didn't mean to do
So it comes with this leather cording, and which I think adds so much to it. I think it's just a great way to hold the project together, and it just comes.
And it's
Opens
attached
up.
to
Yeah,
the
it's
book.
attached to the book, and it's so easy because you have the little loop on one side and your string on the other side, and it's so easy to put back together because
you
you
need
just
to show
throw it
this,
right
'cause
there.
This was an aha for me. So she threaded it. She just put it through
Thread
the
it
loop.
through, and even though I'm bow challenged, I can still tie a bow here, and that's how you close it. Simple as that.
So you just put it through the loop and then tie a bow. That was tricky for me. I thought that was a wow.
Now, as I started to do this, I thought, I don't know if I really want the cord to go across the top of this. So I put it underneath my frame here to start with. Well, note to self, that does not work.
Don't do that.
Because
just let it go on
It has
top.
to go on top because if it goes underneath, you're not going to be able to open your album. So don't let it get glued down there and then not be able to open it. So what I did, I started off with the 6x8 pack of paper here, and I just kind of opened up my 6x8 papers and went through them, deciding which papers I want to use on my background. And so this is mine.
You have some left?
Yeah, I've actually got quite a bit left.
Oh, wow.
You get like 3 sheets of everything. And so I went through and I kind of paired them up, front and back, and, which sides I wanted to use on these. I mean, it was hard to decide because they're all so pretty. And thankfully, you do get 3 of each in the package because then I could,
So you feel like you still
use
have
both
some
the front
left.
and the backs of them. I mean, look how beautiful that is. The colors are so gorgeous. So I went through, I opened up the album, and I went through. I don't even think we are going to be able to get this
I don't know
whole
if we can
thing
show it all in the
in
screen.
a shot.
I'm going to try, but
I'll
then
move
we'll go.
back.
So there's the. Oh, that's good. Good
This
idea.
is one side.
And we're going to show you the pages up close.
Yeah,
so
we'll
you'll
do
be
them
able to
one by
see them.
one too, and then the back side.
Wow. That is the perfect collection for that.
Oh gosh, it was so fun to do. And as I was doing it, I thought to myself, this is just a great way to work on layering things. I used the frames so that I would have specific places to put pictures if I wanted to put pictures in there. But then as I was doing it, I also thought, this could work as a really, as like a nice little summer journal that I could just journal about things during the summer. And I have these nice, bright, summery colors in there, and I could just write about different things in the summer, different thoughts and things like that. And, my words could go into the frames instead of, a photo or whatever. So, okay, to start off, I chose the papers for the front and the back, and that is where I started. And I used my Nouveau glue, and I just glued the paper on. I trimmed it down, and I glued it on. And I glued it onto the back. I had taken let me start again. I had taken the cording out.
Okay.
And I put the paper on. And then I used just a little, my little pokey tool. What is that called? What's a pokey tool?
They call them a pokey tool.
Okay,
I mean,
that's what I'm going to call it.
Paper piercer, I think is the
yeah. I just
official
use
name.
that, and to then poke the hole through, where the rivet was at on it. So the paper covered it. I used that to poke through, and then I rethreaded the leather cord back through it. So that way it was able to go back on. So I just, punched the holes back in there and had my paper on there. And I didn't do anything with this background. On the back side, I didn't embellish or anything like that because I just really thought this paper was really pretty and a perfect ending to this little mini album. And then I started on the front. And I covered it with the paper, and then I kind of sanded it off a little bit so that it, looked like it was part of it. And then I thought, well, I need to, embellish it somehow. I need to put a title on here. And so I started with the frames. And I'm going to open one of these.
Okay.
Because mine, I used all but one frame in this package. And so I started off.
So you get 9 chipboard frames, and I'll show you the back of the package here so you can kind of get an idea.
And
Well,
they are
we
self-adhesive.
got bad glare. It must be the light placement. We're in a different spot, and makes it kind of hard. But there's all the frames, and looks like you used that circle one for your front cover.
I did, and I left it as it
left
was.
the
I
insert?
left the insert in it because I wanted that white background. And I just left that in there. They are self-adhesive. You can take.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't either until I
Can't believe they're
actually
only
took the first one
I
off.
can't believe they're only $5.99.
Until I
Nice.
took the first one off, and yes, they are adhesive.
So they've got sticky on the back, so you don't need any glue.
No. Although I did put,
Did you add a little
some
extra?
on there just because I knew it was going to be handled a lot. So I did. But this is the only one that I have left, and that was just, the
Little
big
big for that book.
Yeah, it was. And I mean, there's the
Just
adhesive
peel it
that just
back.
comes
There
off.
you
Yeah.
go.
So,
Nice.
and so I just used this to start with, and I kind of laid it on here where I kind of wanted it. And then I took the laser cut, and I really liked.
So that little bow is not ribbon. That is a laser
it's
cut.
part of the laser. It's a separate piece. So I took this little bit of
Floral? Is that what you're?
yeah.
There's a little bit of. It's right.
Yeah, it's in here.
I saw it
It's
on the back. I
right
thought.
there. This one right here.
Okay.
This one right there is the one that I used. And then I used my dimensional adhesive to kind of pop it up a little bit. This right here is part of the laser cuts. Now some of these finer laser cuts, you have to be really careful about popping those out because they get a little flimsy. So you have to be really careful popping those out. But gosh, how beautiful are they? I mean, that fine detail is really what you're looking for. So I put that on there. I made this come, up above it. Use the little yellow bow that's in there from the laser cut. And then I took the rub-ons, the small rub-ons, this package of rub-ons, and you'll see on this rub-on package, this sheet right here, I used all of this one on the project.
So that's what
because
she's
I
got
loved
right
it.
here. So
It's
she
right
added a
through
little
here.
bit right
Yep.
onto the frame, the inside of the frame.
Yep, just right on there. So it's this little one right here. Just added that right on, and then I used one of the titles from from this sheet on there. So enjoy life's simple pleasures. I thought that was just a nice start to the album. And then I took from the ephemera, from the ephemera, you get, oh my gosh, you get so many pieces in this. This is just wild that you get 102. So I used a lot, and I still had a lot left over. But you get these little frames as part of it. And so I just took I took the yellow frame and I kind of measured it, and I actually trimmed it off because I didn't think about it until I already had this stuck down. But I thought this would be kind of cute, to then, layer a little bit more of a title on. And so I kind of trimmed that off, and you'll see where I'll also use the other half of the frame too in the album. But I just thought this just added a little bit of color, a little bit of texture in there, and a little bit of just, it just looked pretty, I thought. And then I took one of these pieces here, the green one, and that's what that is right there. So I just turned it over so the green is on the bottom. And then this is from the laser cut, the words, this little phrase is from the laser cuts, and I just put that on top, and the laser cut heart.
Very
just
nice,
kind of
Peggy.
layered those on there. And then I took the little monarch butterfly, and I just put a little bit of glue just right down the middle so that so his wings would still come up. So I wanted to do that to give him a little bit. So that's the cover. I mean, and really it goes so quick. Once you kind of start kind of playing around and things, it really did go pretty quick. And it just looks so pretty. I mean, you have the little butterfly, you have the, yellow flowers and the red flowers, and you just kind of repeat that on there. And I thought it made a real stunning start to the book. So then we open it up a little bit. And page 1.
So the book is approximately 6 by 8, and you just took the papers and cut them down a little bit.
I cut them down a little bit because you can still see the, the craft outline of the page. I didn't cover the pages completely. I wanted that outline of the pages, so I just cut it down. And I think mine are cut to like 4 3/4 to 6 6 1/4 or 6 3/8.
You can always measure the book and figure it out
and do it. So then I go, I went through the 6 by 8 collection, and I kind of paired up papers to see which papers I thought would look good together, and I kind of laid them out, on each page as I went, so that I knew what the background was going to be on each one before I started decorating them. And so I decided that this was going to be the first page that I did. The 6 by 8, I really liked this in the corner, of the paper. It allowed me room to put a little title up here, and again, I used one of those, is it gingham frames?
Yeah.
And I thought I really liked that gingham frame. Layered up a title with a little bit of phrasing, and this is all from the ephemera package. The little bee is from the laser cuts, and I just kind of laid him there. And then I thought this needed a little bit of something there. And so I took the rub-ons and I just rubbed this on. So this part right here is a rub-on.
Okay.
From the rub-on sheet.
You can see that right here.
Yep. And you'll see that I use the rub-ons on nearly every single page in this.
Good.
Just to add a little bit. I mean, I used a lot of the rub-ons. I mean, almost all of the words.
They're fun to use and add.
Yeah, all of the chicken wire ones I used. A lot of the sunflower ones I used. And then this little guy came from the laser cut, and I thought, well, there's 3 of them right there. Let's add him for dimension.
That's a good idea. I like that.
So just to give it a little bit of visual interest. And then I thought this next page, I still wanted to use these little geese because, I mean, they're right there. I wanted, the gaggle of geese, on the page. And I thought, well, I really kind of want to do a pocket. What can I use to do a pocket? And on the laser cuts, there's that wheel, this little wheel here. And so right there's that little wheel. I thought, well, I can use that as a pocket.
Perfect, a little tuck area.
Yeah, I used my score tape to kind of tape that down just to make sure it stayed in place. And then I used one of the tags tickets. This is a tag from, you know, the Tim Holtz one that I think I must have cut like 1 million of these a while ago.
Those new
because
tags that we showed would be perfect for that.
Yes, they
the
would.
Studio
They
Light
would
tags.
be great. And then I just added the sunflower rub onto it just to give it a little bit of color there. This is rub on right through here. And then you'll see these little milk, are they milk canisters?
Yeah, milk jugs.
Oh, so the milk jugs. And you'll see on the rub-on that they're kind of, I mean, I have this one higher, that one lower, where this one is lower and this one's higher. And I needed them to be opposite of what they were here. And so I just cut them apart and layered them opposite of what they were. So rather than keeping it in one piece, I made them 2 pieces so I can kind of pop one up a little bit. And then my little tags will still come out from there. So that was page 2. And again, here is my little tag that I can use to journal about, some thoughts about summer and that sort of thing. So it's on there and I can add, there's plenty of room to add, another tag if I want to, or a photo or whatever I want to do there. So let me go on here. And on this one, I decided I really liked the sunflower on the paper. And when you put the paper side by side, I realized that the sunflower is made to go together.
Place, yeah.
So I thought, I have to cut it down so that I can bring that sunflower together, because I thought that would be just really pretty in the middle of the page. So that was really what I wanted to be my big embellishment on this page. Was I wanted people to see that when they first opened this page. I thought, the 2 frames, the 2 different sizes, worked well. I did leave the top of them. I powdered the top of the frame so that if I want to put a photo in there, I could
slip
do that.
In your photo.
So you
Love
can
it.
slip it in there so it wouldn't be sticky. Rub on right down here, busy as a bee. That is a rub on. I thought, I wanted to stay with that yellow and black, and then a little rub on here too, a little splat there to go with it. And that was really all that went on that page other than the laser cut bee. So you can kind of see here where my rub-on went up onto my frame, and I was good with that. I wanted that on there. So then this page, again, we did the frame. I stayed with that, with the laser cut bee, and I thought, well, I really kind of like this fence from the laser cuts, but I don't need that whole length. That whole length was too much for me, so I just cut it down.
It's okay to cut your pieces.
Cut it down, and again, my photo or my journaling or whatever. If I want to just journal here, I can just journal along, this area and still, be able to see this. So I thought that kind of worked out well. I thought the fence needed a little something on there, so why not use the rooster? He was there.
Looks nice,
and
Peggy.
then, the phrase from the ephemera, and then this little red flower. I thought we needed just to pop up a little bit of red because we had a little bit of red there. And I like those flowers from the laser cuts, so I kind of tucked that in there too. So there's that page. But I thought that all kind of flowed together really nice. And then this one. Now, I did have a couple sheets of the regular 12 by 12 paper, and this page right here came from, I just cut it from this.
And that's called Sunset Bloom.
Yes, I just loved this. And I thought I need to use that in some way. So that was from the 12 by 12 papers that I had. But that was the only 12 by 12. Otherwise, everything else is from the 6 by 8. But I just love, I just think it's so pretty. And I thought, I'm just going to add a couple little things to this. I don't think it needs much. I added the little butterfly. This is from the laser cut again. The little monarch. I can't talk. And again, I just glued him in the middle because I always like butterflies for whatever reason. I always like to have their wings.
I think it adds dimension.
I think that just looks really nice. And then I just used, again, this is all from the ephemera except the flowers from the laser cut. But this is, this label is from the laser cut too. You get 4 different labels like this, and you'll see that I've used them all in here because I just really like it. It's a good way to maybe include a date or maybe, a name of someone or just, some encouraging words to put in there.
Perfect.
And so I really like these little circles on there. I think that was a nice little touch to go with the black to bring out the black and the butterflies. The label that I layered the label on top of just to give that little color, and then the red there. And this are both popped up with foam adhesive. And then I used one of the larger frames here. And again, I left the top open so that you could, slide something in there.
Slip your picture in.
Journal, you can photo. Because I had this over here, I thought this was going to work really well.
It looks
again,
nice.
the little laser cut flower. I thought that was really nice to kind of bring it up a little bit when it comes to layering with the red heart. So I, repeat that red color throughout, and then just put the little tickets down there. And I think it's a nice little addition to the.
Okay. And Peggy, as you're going to the next page, I'm going to answer a question.
Sure.
This album that she used, it is pre-made. It's the Accordion album from Uniquely Creative. We have just a couple left, and we had a lot, and then we had an event this weekend, and unfortunately we did sell out of them, or we have a couple left, and we have more coming. So if you don't get one, you can call us to get one. If you don't get one, we know that we have more coming, and we'd love to put you on the list. And I think what I like about it, it's only $7.99, and it does come all pre-made.
Yes, pre-made. All you have to do is add your paper and your embellishments. That's all you have to do. You don't have to put anything together. It's all together, and it's very sturdy, and it's just really pretty.
It's a nice surface to work with.
Yes, and it's a nice size. It's not real big, so you don't have to fill out all kinds of space, but it's not so tiny that you can't get anything on there either. So it's just really a nice size.
It's perfect. It's pretty.
Yep. Again, on this one, the 6x8 paper, I just really loved, all the design of it with the rooster in there. I thought he was just really cute coming up from the flowers. So again, I didn't think this page needed a lot of embellishment. I just added, the little circle words, and this is from the ephemera. This is from the laser cut. I love that they included these bows in the laser cut.
Yeah, they always add
I
that.
think those
bows
are just
that look,
so
they
nice.
Look very
they look
real. Yeah, they do.
Right? And then again, you'll see the chicken wire rub-on, with the splats that I used. I thought that it just kind of, blended in with everything else on the page, and then just a little phrase. I mean, how can you go wrong with adding little phrases?
And if you are planning to add a lot of photos, then you could just leave these things off and leave room for your pictures, or
and you
add
put
your
them on the corner of
pictures
the
and put
photo.
them on later.
Yeah, exactly. And here again, here's the frame. I just really like, this is from the laser cut, and I just kind of put a little bit of glue right on the frame just to stick it down so that you can get a photo or whatever you wanted underneath there. Laser cut with the bee. I'm glad they added those little bees to the laser cuts because they're just a nice little
They're cute.
touch.
Yeah, they're just little add-ons.
So he is, I believe, from the laser cuts.
He's from the laser cuts.
Okay.
Yes.
So he's from the laser cuts, and I just love that deep red and black. I love the contrast.
It's got really good colors. I think that's what stands out with this collection is the colors.
And then I just added a little bit more of that fence, the label. These little guys here, these are rub-ons. So
nice,
I thought that
very
just
nice
added
layering,
onto,
Peggy. Everybody's commenting about
really
how nice
added
it is.
Onto the, give something behind the fence and fill up a little bit of space there. I thought was really good. And again, just you can add a little picture or some journaling there. Let me go back to the next one here. See, I'm a little stuck.
Oh, your string
String's a
stuck.
little stuck. There we go. Okay. All right. Now the final one on the front side, the final panels. I decided I needed to make a pocket. I hadn't really made much of a pocket here, and I wanted to kind of split up the colors here because I wanted to have a little bit of the gingham here because I thought it just added a little touch to that. Again, the rub-ons down here, rub-ons up here. There you see the rest of the green frame that I used earlier. As part of the title, I just really think that works well. I also glued one of the label pieces, the tab labels to the top.
That's a nice little group right there with all those different pieces.
And using
nice
all the
way
different
to do it.
colors in the collection too. I think you'll see that throughout. With a lot of my layering is that I included a lot of, I included the different colors in the collection because the pages all have those colors, so let's use all those colors. And then on this one, I just had two different, strips of paper that I wanted to use, and I thought, well, let's make it a pocket then. So I just used my score tape on the 3 sides and made this into a pocket. And then right back here, let's see if I can pull this out.
Carefully take it out.
Okay, this right here, this chicken wire, is from the laser cuts.
So
You
you'll
get
see
2
it here.
pieces on that.
Gosh, we just got, I don't know why we got glare. Well, we always have glare, but there's the chicken wire.
That 12 by
Yeah.
12 pad, is that the only one that we have left?
So yeah, the chicken wire I thought really looked good right here. I used the little, this also came from the laser cuts. I just thought that was kind of a nice little touch to go on the pocket with a little bit of phrase. And then I had the little sheet of stamps I thought were so cute. And I thought, again, here's all the colors that are in the collection. You get these little photo frames in there. They're like
So those are from
slides.
the lasers.
Yeah.
Those are from the laser cuts,
Yeah.
and you'll see there's a little stamp set, and you can put lots of little ephemera or photos in that back pocket.
And like this little square is actually this right here, and I just cut it in half.
Oh, okay. Instead of folding it back, you just cut it in
I
half.
just cut it in half
There you go.
because I didn't want the bulk of it in the
In your pocket.
in the pocket. So yeah, so you just kind of
And
slide
that's a
those
vertical
things in.
pocket,
It's a
which is
vertical
really
pocket.
nice.
Yep, you can stick things in there that way, and then the stamps. And I'm always drawn to like any kind of stamp set. My husband's a retired mailman, so I'm kind
That's
of
right.
drawn
I
to it.
forgot about
Yeah.
that.
So I'm always kind of drawn to that too. So
Okay,
yeah.
so that's one side.
That's
and then
one
because
side.
it's an accordion album, you can decorate the back,
The
which
back side.
of course Peggy did.
Yep, exactly. So here we are on the back side.
So this holds a lot of stuff.
It holds so much. Oh my gosh. I used so much of the product while I did this. And I was so happy that they packaged, they gave you so many pieces because I got to choose from so much and it was really kind of fun. So here again, we just have this down. This again is a pocket. And what I did, this is, I just fussy cut around the sunflower. I saw this sunflower on this paper and I thought,
I like the
that'd
sunflowers
be kind of
on
neat
here.
to put
They're
something
so neat.
underneath it. And I thought, well, let's just fussy cut around it. So I fussy cut around it until I got to about this point right here. And then I used my trimmer and trimmed it across so that it's just nice and straight. I think we see Janet do
Makes
things
your
like
pocket
that with
interesting,
with her
yeah.
cards sometimes. So Janet, thank you for those ideas.
And then it looks like you just stuck some different
I did just
ephemera
different ephemera
pieces
pieces that were
and
in there,
put your
to-
photos or whatever you
and
want
again,
in there.
here's, another one of these
Another
little
frame.
frames. I love those frames. I think
Just
they're
fun
just
little
so pretty.
things. And it looks like, oh, there's one of those frames that you said you loved.
Yes, and the labels and the words. I mean, and then I did use the pumice stone ink to go around
Okay.
the outside on a lot of it.
So here's
to ink some of
Peggy's
it up.
ink. This It's funny because Maggie calls this her summer color.
Yeah. I
And
did think
then
about that
I think
one.
gathered twigs might be her fall color.
But yeah, I just wanted that little light.
It's just
I
a little
didn't
bit.
want,
It's not really a
want it
lot.
very dark. I just thought, again, like the pumice stone, you can kind of see this little, outline of the sunflower here. It kind of blended with that, so I really liked that really well. Then on this page, on the frames, you see when you get the frames that in between the frames is the white.
Oh, so you use the in-between
I
frame.
used the in-between frame.
But it looks nice. It still has a little bit of brown on the edge.
Yeah. So I just used the in-between frame because I thought, well, why not use why not use it all? Why not use it all? I
And
have it,
Peggy,
why
we
not
have a
use it?
question about adhesive. And did you
Yes.
say that you use the Nouveau Deluxe?
I used the Nouveau, on a lot of it. I used the score tape when I made the pockets.
Okay, so you need the Nouveau. Whoops.
Yep.
And you're going to need some. Whoops. I will get to the score tape. And score tape we recommend for pockets because it's
Yes.
strong and it's going to hold them in there pretty good for you.
And I did use both 1/4 inch and 1/8 inch in
Okay.
here, just kind of depending on what I wanted
much
to put
room you
in
had?
there. So on some of the frames, I used the 1/4 inch just to kind of make sure that they would stay down, because like I said, they are self-adhesive, but because we're going to be handling this a lot,
Right, there's no
I wanted
page
to make sure it went
protector.
down. Right. So I did use the 1/4 inch on some of it, even though I powdered the top so you could slide things through. On the pockets, most of the pockets, I used the 1/8 inch because I wanted it narrow, because again, it's a smaller project and I wanted to stuff those things full. So so we used that, and then the Nouveau glue, I did use, like through here when I was going to put things down onto the frame, I used the Nouveau glue to stick my paper onto the booklet. I just used my regular adhesive on there. You can use Nouveau glue to stick it down if you want, which is what I did on the front and back covers, but for most of it I just used my regular adhesive to stick it down. So I used what was on my desk a lot.
So Peggy, as you're flipping, I think you're flipping to your next page, they want to know what applicator you use to ink your pages, and you're probably going to have to ring the bell, because there's lots of choices. I use brushes sometimes. I use the Tim Holtz mini blending tool.
I just use the blending tool because
Because
that's what I have.
Blending tool for whatever to apply ink.
Just the
not
flat one.
a real one for sale. I mean,
Yeah.
not a fake one that we have to use, but a real one. And then let's see, the score tape. Okay, the album does not come in black and white at this time.
Just craft.
Right now, it's just craft. And Shelley said she might have to stop here on her way back to Kansas City, and we would love that.
Yeah, we would love to see you, Shelley. That would be great.
Okay, so
that
let's
would be
see.
Great.
Go ahead,
okay.
and we'll wait till we'll go ahead until Teresa comes back.
Laser cut, laser cut, laser cut, laser cut, rub on.
Rub on, laser, 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 rub on, frame. Inside a frame. Thanks, Teresa.
And what I used, this is what I use because this is what I typically have sitting on my desk. So this is what I use when I ink my edges. I really think I need to go more to
I just used that last
this
night.
little one.
That's called the Tiny, and the other one's called Mini. And I think it's called Tiny because this one was called Mini because there was one that was a little bit bigger that we don't carry any longer.
And right now at home, all I have are the flat applicators. I think I want to go to that dome
Get the
shape.
dome.
I think I would like that really well. I just haven't. I haven't bit the bullet.
And you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have a foam. Some people that are really into it have a foam for every ink pad, but you want to have one for browns, one for blues, one for reds.
Yep.
And that's kind of what I do, and I don't have any time. I mean, I don't have any worry about it.
Yeah. And the one nice thing about these foam ones, let's see if we can get somebody. If you have the mini ink pads, can you just get me any mini ink distress ink pad? Just anyone, I don't care. Yeah. Yep, anyone. The one nice thing, like if you're trying to figure out how you're going to store them, or how are you going to know that, this goes with like Kitsch Flamingo, or does it go with Abandoned Coral? Well, what you can do is this little pad right here, because they're just Velcroed on, that little pad fits right in there.
So a lot of people put a
right
little piece of Velcro on the bottom of their ink pads and put their...
And so you can store it right in there.
I'm not
they
that
still
organized.
Stack up.
Mine are in a pile.
So they stack up. They still will stack because I have them stacked in my drawer that way with the pad right in it. So that's what I usually use.
And I'm really happy to hear that Chris has this collection that she's been holding on to.
Ooh, Chris.
And now she's going to move forward. So
Yay.
that's awesome.
Yay, yes.
Okay,
yes,
well, we'll
next
move forward
page.
here too and get to the next page.
Okay. All righty. So in the ephemera
That's really
package.
Pretty.
Wherever that went.
It's right
here. In the ephemera package, you get these larger pieces of ephemera as well. I mean,
you get little
big,
pieces,
yes.
big pieces.
You do. You get so much.
102 different pieces, and the ephemera package is $7.99. And when Peggy's getting out her thing, I'll just swipe across it so you can see all the different things that you get. Little things, big things, medium things. Gosh, I like that card right there, that yellow one.
You'll see that
words,
one in a little
phrases.
But this is
that
what
your
I have,
leftover?
This is what I have
oh
left
my
over.
gosh! Okay.
And you guys are seeing how much I've used as well,
that's
that's
good.
what I have left over. But in the package, you get bigger pieces like this. And as I was looking through them, thinking, what do I want to use? What do I want to use? Oh my gosh! Why not use this as a pocket? It fits perfectly.
Yeah, it's great.
So that's what I
Very
took one
creative,
of those
Peggy.
and used that as a pocket. Just put my score tape around the 3 sides. I also thought that if you wanted to, you could, use your colored pencils or, your watercolors. And
Or your Copics, or lots of different things if you want to color them in.
You could color all that in too. I think would be really pretty. Again, I incorporated all the colors in the collection in here, from the yellow to the red to the green to the black. I just thought that was really pretty. This is from the laser cut. In here, it's the bouquet from the laser cut, and the bow does come as part of it, so you didn't have to add that on. I just took one of the ephemera tickets, and this is also from the laser cuts. This is a little ticket from the laser cut, and just layered a piece of chipboard on top of that. You can see that this is where the chipboard is coming in now, because I was a little late to the game on getting that one out. So this is where the chipboard's going to start showing up. I glued on, again, one of the little file tabs up on top here just for a little bit of color, and then just put, a little ticket from the laser tab, a couple little
So you could just put
tags.
whatever you want in
And,
there.
I mean, this is from like the
frames?
it's from the ephemera package.
Okay.
The where one of those circle
Okay.
elements were, and I thought, well, I'm just going to put this in here because I just want
Just
that
stick it
color
in there. Put whatever you want in there.
Color in there. So, and again, black with a little strip of the pattern there. I wanted to use this pattern. I really like this pattern, but I also really like the black, so I wanted to incorporate them all and make this page kind of flow across. Then I used one of the thicker of the frames here, rub on down here, chipboard here. You can see a rub on a little sunflower here on the corner of the frame, and then you get these little pieces in the chipboard as well. And I just thought that worked really well at the top of the frame. So I really
Turned out really nice, Peggy. It's
I
a
really
great
like that.
project.
Again, chipboard here too. So
Okay.
let me flip it one more time. Again, we did another vertical pocket here. I put the chicken wire on the top of the pocket this time instead of underneath the pocket.
Really, I know you can't tell on the camera, but it really does look like chicken wire.
It really does, because you can kind of
very
see
delicate.
the little twists of the wire, in between.
Yeah, I don't think I can
so,
get
yeah.
close enough. Well, there we go.
You can kind of see those twists on the wire, which I
There
think
it
is
looks
really
like
cool.
wire.
Yep. Chipboard, a little heart here that I added in for a little bit of visual interest. This up here is a rub-on. Again, you can add the rub-ons anywhere you want, and I think that's the best part about the rub-ons. If you want to add just a little bit here and a little bit there, or if you want, one of the bigger, pieces of it, like, I use the whole sunflower there. Here I use, the weather vane, and then you'll see in other places where it's just the chicken wire that I've used. But I used the rest of the fence down here. I just glued it onto the black part. I made sure that chicken was, coming. I wanted to kind of repeat the element of the chicken throughout the
Lots
side.
of chickens. I think that's what drove me to the chicken
Yeah.
corner of our front counter. Was I subconsciously knew we were going to be looking at a lot of chickens
yep.
today.
And again, from the ephemera package, the
And you
ephemera package,
could even
yeah.
make your own chicken with
Yeah.
our pattern.
Exactly. And he goes so well with
He
this
does
pattern.
match. You grabbed a good one.
Yep. Well, and this was part of the laser cuts, and I love this. And I punched it out early because I thought, oh, I want to use it because it's just, the colors are so pretty in it. And I had it out, at the beginning. I tried to put it on every page that I did, and finally, this page said this is where it
Good.
belongs. So I thought, oh, yes, this is exactly where it belongs. I used the rest of that little green frame. You saw that earlier where I just used a part of it. This is the rest of it. This part right here is a rub-on
Nice.
that I added because I thought, well, let's just put this in the middle. And I thought, no, it doesn't really kind of, it's missing something. And so once I put that rub-on on there, because look, you see the little shadow of the same thing here. I thought, let's add that. Let's add the little green to it. And I think it really made the page come together. Up here, I have the chicken wire rub-on, and then I just rubbed this on top of it. So I layered the rub-ons, so you can do that. You can layer your rub-ons. Layering isn't just exclusive to ephemera. You can
Sure.
layer, anything you want. So, homegrown goodness, and again, the phrase. I always like, adding a little bit of word to it. So there's that one. I really
Nice,
liked how it
looks
came
really
together,
good.
so.
We're getting a lot of comments about this could make a Christmas album.
Yes.
We had another comment about using a Simple Stories collection. And
Oh,
craft goes with a lot.
It lends itself to any collection you want. And I mean, the 49 and Market collections, whether you were looking like even front porch would be great, you know, if you want to do a summer one. Obviously, you know, Evergreen Season would be a gorgeous one on here.
And we had a person at our crop, Sandy was at our crop, and she made a basketball album for her granddaughter.
Yes,
And so it wasn't, it had a whole different look, but it turned out really nice. I should have taken some pictures of it.
And I think she said that she was going, when I talked to her when she was in the store, I think she said that she was going to try to make like a waterfall, a photo waterfall
She used
on one
flips
of the
in it.
pages.
She used
flips, okay.
photo flips in
Yep,
it.
so to do that, to add a few more photos into it. So here, there's that yellow piece that you talked about earlier that
Oh,
you
sure,
really
yeah.
liked.
Made another pocket.
Yep, made another pocket. I trimmed it down because it was a little too wide. I trimmed it down. I added this rub-on to it because I thought, well, we're going to have some flowers in here, you know, talk about flowers. Well, bees are pollinators, so we're going to, you know, add a little bit of bees on there. And then this is from the ephemera, and this is from the laser cut. I really kind of like these flowers. And I thought this side of the pocket needed a little something since I used the rub-on here, and this was just kind of the perfect thing to put up there and fill that space.
Perfect.
And then a couple of the different phrases, you know, with the word bee in it, because I thought we're talking about bees, we're going to be bees, we're going to repeat that element. Again, the laser cut. This is one of those
Is that chipboard?
chipboard, which, you know, is this shape right here. And I just tucked it in under there. And then, you know, all of my different elements can come out too. I didn't really glue all these down, but they're coming out together, so that's okay.
What you need?
What all did you use the frames in that?
From Evergreen Season.
Okay.
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 So,
Looks good. Can you flip back a page, Peggy?
Yeah.
Because there's a circle on here. They're wondering if the ephemera. Do you want to
This
grab
is from
or
the
the
chipboard.
epoxy? Can you grab the epoxy circle?
oh gosh. Would
There's
that
a
flip on
question
me?
about whether the epoxy circles fit
Do we have an
the
open one?
chipboards.
Sure.
We can probably just hold it
Oopsie.
over
Here we go.
and just, you know, keep in mind.
Oopsie.
So, that does,
Absolutely.
it fits it. So yes,
Absolutely.
the answer to
Stick
the
that
question
down.
is yes. We now have
Perfect.
added an epoxy, a photoplay epoxy
Yeah,
to
look
our
how
book.
pretty. Oh gosh.
It's neat.
That is a great
I
question.
think we're going to be reordering those.
Yeah.
As soon as
great
we get
question.
done,
I'm loving that.
as soon as we finish up, we're going to be reordering those
Loving
epoxy
that. Loving
shapes.
that. Yes. And you know, if you get the chipboard from this collection, you get a bunch of circles. You know, and like these blank circles here, you can always add rub-ons to that too. Same with that.
Absolutely.
You can add the rub-ons to that, so that will work there. I think would be
It's
wonderful.
nice they made them a standard size.
Yes.
Really, they could have made Photoplay could have made those like 1 7/8 or 7/8,
Yeah.
and they would only fit their things. So I really kudos to Photoplay.
Yeah. I mean, if you make it, you know, to fit other things, you're going to sell a few more.
Yeah.
So that's a wonderful thing. Okay, we're coming up on the end here. So we've kind of already talked about this page. We're going to go to this one. I still had a couple of frames left, and I needed to use them. I thought they need to be on here because I just
The
really
wood
like
frames
them.
turned out, even though they're
just-
from Evergreen
yeah.
Season,
They were really
they're
a
going to
nice-
go with about everything.
They
also.
are. They're just a real nice general kind of usage product, I think. And again, I just used. I had a piece of my chicken wire rub-on left, and I thought I'm going to use this because this is my favorite thing. And so I just put that on the bottom corner. The title right here is the rub-on. I added a little bit of, you know, splotchy there, and then, you know, the two frames. I was going to put this on here, and I was just going to put it straight. And for some
I
reason,
like it like
it got
that.
bumped, and it was
It got
kind of at
bumped.
an angle. I'm thinking,
Another happy accident.
Yeah, right. So I thought, oh, I love how that looks. So let's put it on there
It
that
looks
way.
more bannery.
Yeah, I just really liked how that looked. You know, again, this is just on the paper right here. I did add this little piece here as a rub-on. You can't really tell. It looks like it's part,
Just
printed
adds
on
in.
there.
Yeah, just
but it just
adds.
added a little bit more because I needed something to come up. These are both from the laser cut. I wanted to add that red into it, and then the chipboard heart that I just tucked in there. And then down here, one of those labels that I really like from the laser cut, I cut it in half because it was just too big
Oh,
to
good
use
idea.
full. I cut it in half, and then I put one of the chipboard on top of it.
Very good idea. So that was the labels we've seen. Let me see if I can focus. Seen earlier in the album, but that one's cut in half. And then I never noticed the little chipboard heart stuck in there.
It's in there. So yeah, I mean, I like this little tag. It's the chicken wire tag, so cute. This one is one of the pieces from the ephemera. I mean,
their ephemera really is amazing. Yeah. I'm a ephemera collector,
and the one thing,
and they do have really nice ephemera.
When I was kind of trying to figure out what to put in the pockets, I wanted things of different sizes, different colors, different sizes, and that's why you'll see like these little tickets of, give those colors. This is, something you can journal on. I wanted to put, these little labels in here because I could always include, put a little thing, say a little something on that too, and just kind of decorate those up. And then last night as I was laying in bed and my mind was spinning, I thought, I should have, cut a few more just plain tags or just, some
well, people can do that on their project and put in pictures,
And then what I had left of my rub-ons, I could have, put in the corner of those or something like that,
Sometimes you want to finish making the album and then add your extra little touches.
So so there we are.
Amazing, Peggy.
There it is.
So just a review. Peggy used the new accordion album from Uniquely Creative. I apologize, they are sold out. They sold out over the weekend, and we had this planned for today. We don't usually have demos without the product, but it is coming. And then
when we planned it, we had a lot.
Yeah, we did. So she's using the 49 and Market Countryside, designed by Katie Petit, and she's using the ephemera bits. So the album, the ephemera bits, and she used the chipboard set. You really didn't use a lot of the chipboard.
No, not a lot, but I used the banner pieces.
She used the Countryside laser cut elements, so all the lasers. She used the rub-ons, and she used the 6x8 collection paper was her base. And then she used, what I haven't shown you is the ephemera. And then what she didn't use, if you just love this collection, and sorry guys, she also used Evergreen Season chipboard frames. So that's not even part of the collection, but look how you can mix it. And what she didn't use, maybe you love this collection and you just want to get some. We have the 12x12 rub-ons. And then we do have the chipboard words right here. I'll show you those. And Peggy didn't use these, but like I said, if you maybe love this collection and you want to, kind of remember, we had it very quickly. And then there are two different repositionable fabric washi tape. It's not really washi, but it's fabric. We're calling it washi. And then there's a whole roll of chicken wire. And this is washi.
I love them both.
And then we have several of the 12x12 papers. And Janet can link the whole category for countryside. All of a sudden I'm like, country life, countryside. So we do have some of the single papers and everything that Peggy showed you we do have in stock, except for the album. But we have more of those coming. And if you look at Uniquely Creative, go to albums and look up Uniquely Creative. There are some other amazing albums. There's another 6x8. I think there's a
the
flip
scallop
book.
edge one
There's
I
a
really
scallop
liked.
one with flips. So there's a lot of them. And everyone is saying gorgeous, 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 Peggy. So,
and like I said, this is kind of like when you work on tags. I feel like when I'm working on this gives me an opportunity to, try different things with the layering, or, if I wanted to use the spritzes, or if I wanted to use inks in different ways or stamps in different ways, I could do that. This gave me an opportunity to really use a lot of rub-ons, and I really liked it. I think it gives you a kind of a smaller surface to kind of try some new things and try things out that you maybe, are a little hesitant to maybe try on your layouts.
Well, I think this would be
And I think
perfect
this is
for
just a
a
great
school
way to-
album
yeah.
because I think
Oh,
you
gosh,
have
yes. You have enough pages.
you have enough pages. You could do one for each grade and maybe including preschool, and you could do graduation.
Oh gosh, wouldn't
and you could
macadamia
get a school.
look pretty on here?
Oh yeah, it would look really
It
nice.
would be gorgeous.
And even primary colors, everything looks good on this.
Yes, because the craft is such a neutral background.
The book that Sandy made, her granddaughter went to a Caitlin Clark Fever basketball game, so you know that was not the look of countryside, and it turned out so nice, so nice. And Lisa gave a shout out to Janet for her linking.
Yay, Janet.
And we haven't done that for a while.
No.
So Janet, thank you for
Drink her
finding
linker.
all of this stuff
Yeah.
that's on our table
Our drink her
and
linker.
keeping it linked and drinked and linked.
Yep.
And you guys get ready. Janet's got some kits coming out. We're sending her some product to Texas, so she'll be having some things made up for us. And Peggy, a huge thank you for. Peggy took this home and did most of it like overnight. She was very inspired.
That's because it was so fun. It was just so fun to play with.
Fun to make,
I really
and
enjoyed
it turned out beautiful.
Yeah.
And the hearts are just like pouring in like crazy, and lots of talk about your talent.
Oh well, thank you.
And
Thank
you do have an eye for color and an eye for grouping and putting things together. And if you have watched Memory Bound at all, you know that because Peggy's here quite often. So anyway, thank you, Peggy.
Yes, you're very
Thanks,
welcome.
Janet. Thanks, everyone, for watching. And I hope you have a great day. Be sure and check out our chickens.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to end on our chicken.
Oh yes,
because,
our chicken.
Just because they're so funny. And
Well, the state fair starts in 2 days, so I mean,
we're ready. We're ready. We got lots of state fair things.
Exactly.
So have a wonderful day, and we'll be back tomorrow morning, and we'll see you then.
Bye bye.